Are you looking for answers about extraterrestrials or maybe the true meaning of life? Then you have come to the right place. Welcome to the Ivan Teller online broadcast. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. And for more details, please visit ivanteller.com and learn more about your galactic families.
Greetings, everyone. Thank you for joining us for tonight's channeling. It's a long week, kind of. So, all right, much love. And, all right, we'll just jump right in. Blessings. Here we go. All right. Greetings, this is Gabriel. Light and love to all of you. Love to your hearts as you go into this lifetime, as you learn more about yourself. Yes, many lessons you learn, but much of it is worth it. Some of it is there as a test to overcome much. Yes, the vibrations of your world is constantly shifting. And remember, you can always shift to a more positive timeline when times get tough. If you feel like you're not connecting to it, there's still much negativity around one for you to realize you are on that timeline. So it pulls you back to the old one, where there is much negativity. Realize that. And realize nature is always there to speak to you and to send you healing. And yes, there is still much mystery of nature. That isn't, well, of course, there's mystery with everything, but with nature is definitely still much to learn. So we send you energy from the stars and the universe, and the universe is unknown to you as you go into this incarnation more well understood of yourself than your past self. As you educate yourself and become more of a crystallized being, more of a being of great understanding, but still with much to learn, of course. But yes, the main goal, well, there are many, but one is to just have peace with yourself and peace with others. And that will connect you with many things throughout this world. Much love. As we connect you to other beings to bring light into your life. Blessings. Greetings. You might have. We are the tree people. My name, not. This is not important. When our energies connect to you, as we all do, the grass, the leaves on a tree, they all speak to you simultaneously. And humanity usually is some are aware, but some are unaware. Most are unaware. What we think wakes you up in the day, it's not just your guides, but it is of nature that allows the sun to come through. And the sun and nature, yes, the tree people speak together. We manage your day before your day begins, and you manage it with us, such as the weather, how the sky is going to be. You even give us an itinerary, so you know how your day is going to be. We give you our perspective. But realize our conversations are long as you sleep and during your day. You don't have to realize how you sometimes leave and speak to us to say hello, please. And sometimes our conversations go long where you forget what you're thinking about in your physical form. As more of you will realize, you go out of body more than you realize. Some go out of body all the time. They're hardly within themselves, so they forget much of your daily life quite easily, very forgetful, for good reason also. Many are itching to get out of this reality into more of a more purification reality. But realize times of struggles, times of rough times, we are always there for you. Do not forget that. And the illnesses of your world can be cured more if we were understood more by your society. But we are foreigners. But our connection to your world and your physical world, yes, will take some time to be leveled out so you can hear us more clearly. Much of the troubles of your world can be overcome quite easily just by speaking to us. Of course, it'd be good to have a relationship with us in your physical connection. Send you much love. Many blessings to you. Right. Greetings. We are Gargoyle Collective. Connecting, seeing us, knowing our presence is allowing you to realize there's a change coming into your reality. A shift that you are not used to. Some go to rags to riches when they see our energies, feel our presence. Just to make you aware of our being, that we don't come around very often. And for us, being here just gives you an idea of, yes, mystery for you to figure out. But many of you will go on a shift. One will be life changing completely, where you're not even the same person anymore, and you will feel our energies around, see us, hear us, because we're giving you good wishes also in your new journey. And we are also there to cut the thread of the old life, allowing this new one to appear. And you can always call on us if you like to assist you on a new life. But it's still up to you. It is still your place to do that. You're in charge of your life. We are just there to give you a sign of things to come. That is all. That is all we are here for. Our wings send you love. Our energies send you joy. We leave you be at this time. But before I go, within your dreams, if you see a gargoyle, it is not of fear, it is of change. Maybe it's of you, fear of change, but it is not of us. Just transition, that's all. Just want to get that out there for you. Good God, oh. Greetings. Greetings, you humans, blessings. I am Lance of the Lyran race. I am a feline tiger being. Much love to you. This incarnation here. As I connect to your energies. I was sent here, someone here wants me here. Somebody, somewhere. One moment as I connect to you. Yes, the vibration of your world is quite curious. Yes, your political climate's not doing your vibration of your society all that well at this time. It's not doing itself any favors. But also there's a change of society in that many do not want this change, and sometimes change is not welcomed. This is another reason why you see these scuffles going on in your world. We have seen this several times on other planets also in this cause. But for you all getting along will be much. Eventually we'll get along. At this time, there's no need for it. It is still your own self-discovery path. And in that regard, it needs to be in the way it is, as it is. But we do see a peacefulness coming into your world eventually. where you have a harmony along with each other and be able to meditate together worldwide. We do see that in your future time. Until to get there, you can still visualize that future of a more peaceful world and bring that into your reality, at least for yourself, if others do not wish it for them. Realize that. Peace of mind is very, especially having the soul, yes, without a lot of clutter. Of course, you need that for learning, quite understandable. But you can make those lessons a lot easier to learn as they come through your life. As for your galactic connections, yes, I'm a Lyran being. We do have many ships around here in North America at this time. Many are around Alaska for reasons. South America is quite curious at this moment. It is a hotbed, you could say, of extraterrestrial energies, but is not reported on your planet. There is a transitional shift happening in South America, yes, where your South American people do seem to become more aware of our presence, mostly reptilian, but not insectoid. Also, insectoids seem to enjoy that part of the world. Russia also, but it is cold. But Russia's another place where they're becoming more seen in certain ways, meaning holographic versions of your aliens are becoming more seen to certain individuals. In your Americas, there are certain places where it's not so populated, but most do not see it, which is fine. I can answer some of your questions. I'm here for some time. If that was okay.
Okay. Thank you, Lance, for coming through. Nice to speak with you. First is our member, Miguel. And his first question, what is my connection with Chris?
Chris, is there more information about this Chris?
As of right now, that's all I have, but I could always go to the second question and wait for more information.
One moment. One moment. I have my galactic helpers to assist me on this, Chris.
He's referring to a past life connection.
Yes, this is one. Of course, I'm a Lyran. This is one you knew in your Lyran past lives. Your human lifetimes during your biblical days. You've had several lifetimes during your biblical times. I believe you're aware of this. As a peasant person, yes, this being was a good friend of yours, someone that you can truly trust. In this lifetime, I do not have that information of your lifetime knowing this person, but in other lifetimes, it's been a very close relationship as for friendship. And the Lyran race has been that way also, where you knew each other in battle. That is all the information I have for that at this time.
Okay. His second question, are there any messages for me?
Yes, you're connected to the Galactic Federation. I believe you're aware of this. And it seems like you have moved up rank recently. I am not sure if you're connecting with this. With the Lyran race, yes, you have an aspect of yourself as a feline. But also, it seems like with the Lyrans, you are moving up in rank with the Galactic Federation of Light. I believe, yes, you are. One moment here. You have several aspects within this race, within the Galactic Federation. Yes, one is feline. That one's definitely moved up in rank. As for one that is connected to this world's weather, but also outside the planet, such as meteorites and things of that sort to protect the Earth, you're very much involved with that. Anomalies that come and go. So you can also have the ability within yourself to see psychically, be able to know what's coming out using technology, which is quite fascinating. As our technologies pick it up, it seems like you pick it up before our technologies do, which is quite interesting. Even beings that are coming close to our ships, which is quite fascinating also. I'll leave you with that.
Okay, next is our member Kimberly. Her first question, can you tell me anything about my court case?
Yes, it does not seem, yes, it's very uncomfortable for you from what I see. I do see a positive outcome for you. I believe that's what you're looking for. Yes, but will be long and drawn out. And there is some sneakiness coming from the other side from what I'm seeing. Typical warrior movement, so they're just doing what they do best within the law. But yes, I believe you will have a positive outcome. From judging by the energy this time. Thank you.
Okay, Kimberly's second question, any messages from anyone?
Yes, a message from your Arcturians that you are, one moment, connecting with them quite often within your astral. They say, I have to look at this, one moment. They say you're growing wings. I mean, you're becoming more spiritual is what they're saying. That you are, yes, the hardships of this world, yes, is causing much disconnection from spiritual connections, meaning you're not sure if you're connecting right spiritually, but you are, and that will come into your human form, become more clear to you. Right now, there's a lot in your daily life, so it's difficult to see it, but we see it quite clearly. As you meditate, as you just have a quiet time or alone, you are connecting more. You might not always feel it, but you are. And that will come more clear as your daily life thins out. As for conflict, we can understand that. Thank you. Blessings.
Okay, next is our member Julie. First question, are there any messages for me from my guides or galactic family?
Yes, one moment. One message from your galactic. One moment. From the Arcturians, they say that you are. Yes, they're quite busy. Well, they are right here connecting to me, but yes, you are connecting. One moment. There's a star system of Sagittarius. It seems to me you have been visiting that area of your universe quite often recently. You have many lifetimes there, past lifetimes also many of your, there's much conflict going on there at this time. And you're giving your input to the beings that are healing that part of the universe at this time. It is quite, there is much there that's bringing much conflict. I believe you can see this in your, because many of those beings are here at this time and in human form in your incarnation as human. And most likely in your future time, it could be even now, you can pick up on those that are having problems with connecting to life, that have a great disconnection, because they will be becoming more clear. And this is actually a message to others also. If it does not come through, it will, because as you go into more of a galactic connection, you will see more beings from other parts of your galaxy. You'll be able to pick it up more clearly because it will help diagnose issues in their life. As for what is being diagnosed is unclear at this time. But you'll be able to pick up on, that's understandable. It's a case-by-case situation. As for healing, meaning, but also you're going to start seeing beings that you're not familiar with eventually. Some are frogs, some are, I'm not giving complete information on this right now. But yes, your galactic knowledge will be opened up on its own in due time. Hopefully that was helpful. Yes, there's some mystery to that, but that's all I have for you at this time. Blessings.
Okay, I have one more question for Julie. It's her second for the evening. I had an interesting dream about a woodpecker that my son Gideon and I were talking to, and the bird kept getting bigger and came right over us. It seemed as though it had a message. Can you tell me more about this, please? Much love.
Well, yes, you are growing. Also, you said a child was in this? Yes. You're growing with your child. And the bird information means also you're connecting to your many bird beings that you have lifetimes with. You're growing This knowledge, such as your first question, more will come through. Some will be mysterious, yes. Over time, eventually it will make sense. First, I have to see if you're ready for it, and then it will eventually make itself known of what it means. But you are just growing spiritually. That is mostly what that means. But as for the bird collective, they said they will be in touch with you. And you'll start seeing bird beings in your dreams as for humanoid bird beings there. That's all I have for you at this time. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Emmy.
Hi, Lance.
Greetings.
Thank you for being here.
Yes.
I feel like we're family.
Yes. Nice feline family, yes.
Yeah. So I just want to know if there's messages from anybody.
One moment. Interesting enough, there's a lot of insectoid energy around you at this time. They're curious of what you're connecting to in your day-to-day life. You might feel tired at times, and much has to do with insectoid energies that are around you. You'll be connecting to them more than you realize in astral. And I believe, yes, you're doing an interview type of situation. You might be interviewing a couple of insectoids you see in your future time. They seem to be, they are, that's all they have at this time. They don't want to give too much away.
Well, it kind of makes sense because I've been all over the place with my energies, and I've been feeling kind of like irritated lately.
Well, yes, they're hard to get along with sometimes also. They are attention grabbers also. You can call them attention whores in some degree. They want to get as much attention as they can. They are very excited that humans are being more open to aliens, so they want to get their message out eventually.
Okay. Well, thanks for that.
Yes.
And
Yes.
One other question is there was I usually don't have any love interests pop into my dreams, and recently I had a man in my dream, and it was like kind of a romantic feeling, and I just wanted to know, this man, is he somebody I am to meet, or is this some like lover from another timeline or something like that?
Yes, it does seem like, because I can't be 100% on this, it believes that someone you knew from another lifetime is going to be right entering your life, is from what I'm gathering from that. Judging by the energies at this moment. And it's going to happen soon, but I can't give you an exact time, though. That's all I have for that. Usually, I believe many of you have heard where you have a dream with someone, then you end up seeing them eventually, and that is pretty much what you're seeing at this time. Thank you.
Okay, next up is Daniel.
Hello, Lance. Blessings.
Greetings. Yes.
Hi. I'd like to know, my first question is, I felt like a government kind of energy around me, a government agent energy. Could you tell me, like, who that was, or what did they want with me?
That was the Men in Black. Yes.
What did they want with me?
They were just, from what of course I don't connect. I can't connect to everything that they're doing, but they're scanning your energy. They're seeing what you are up to. It seems like you've been connecting much with them, and so they're just repaying the visits. Apparently in Astro, you've been visiting many of their facilities, so they visit yours.
I see. Awesome.
You have many connections with them. And Astro seems though they're seeing what you're up to.
Yes.
Nothing to worry about.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. My second question is, I had this, I don't know what to call it, but it's this experience earlier today during like a nap where like I was in such a state of like sleep paralysis and like this dream state as well, where it's like I felt like I couldn't wake up, and it wasn't until I called upon God for help that I was able to snap out of it and wake up. And there was like this symbol that like in my vision during that dream where I was only able to see the world around me in the shape of that symbol, and then it only changed when I washed it out. Like, what was going on there?
it seems like you're connecting to energies that were sacred in your astral form, and much of this was Zeta related. Sacred knowledge of that, I mean, I am allowed to even connect with. But you were also, from what I'm gathering, you were protecting it. And there are some beings that were trying to take it for themselves. It seemed like there's much reptilian, possibly Syrian energies around that. What you are connecting to is an ancient Egyptian energy. It's not a crystal, but it is a facility which that is in your ancient Egypt at this time that you are connecting to. It's connected to other star systems, and you were there. There was much conflict happening with it. That's all I have at this time.
I see. But that explains why it's like I was like so like locked into that sleep paralysis.
Oh yes, we did not want to leave either. It was time for you to go, but it was difficult for you to transition out of that. You were also in between timelines, also from what I see. So there's much going on. Many beings which would possess this. This cannot be said publicly, as was to go into full detail what this is. It is alien, it is sacred, and it is known by other extraterrestrials that wish to possess it. And it means also that your Earth's going through a transition of awakening process, meaning there's much mysteries within your Egypt that is now being released into your public slowly. And some aliens not like that idea also. So you're going, it's a possibility that you will have that happen again. Maybe not the paralysis, but you will definitely have another visitation of that place.
Okay.
Without going into too much detail there.
Okay. Thank you so much. Blessings.
Yes, much.
Okay, Lance. Next up is Thomas, and I have his questions. And his first question is about an experience that he had in regards to his first channeling experience. And he was channeling his grandfather, and he started to feel as if he was actually starting to channel and energy flowing through his system and communicating, but the words had no meaning, but he was almost feeling the words instead. And had lots of different things happen, but he was just wondering if his guides could tell him if that's what he was experiencing was channeling, if he was doing it wrong, or if it was his imagination.
No, yes, you are doing it correctly. It's just you're not ready for the full channeling experience. Give yourself time in meditation to relax yourself and to release this fear. There is fear among you at this time. This is why the connection isn't coming fully through, but you're doing well, though. Just to relax your energy. Connect to something that is an angel instead, and that will be, give yourself some air. Or your spirit guide to channel. Sometimes spirits on the other side can be very difficult to connect to. Thank you.
And his second question, are there any messages from my guides?
Yes, your guides say you're going in the right direction. You might be going a little bit too quickly in some regard, and somewhat. So just take it easy and to meditate more before you go into this channeling phase. It seems like you're not fully ready for this being to come through. There's still some doubt within you, which is quite understandable. But yes, channeling a spirit guide would be much beneficial for you at this time. Or an angel or Archangel Michael. Just take it slow. But yes, you're on the right path, though. Yes. Blessings to you.
Thank you. And next up is myself. My name is Stacy. And my first question is about a dream that I had recently. And I feel like I was either an observer to a specific timeline or it was a past life that I was connected to. But I had dreamt about a group of people that were standing around a stage. And on the stage, like more of a platform, there was an armed military professional. And then behind that, there was a ship or a craft that had not crash landed, but almost skidded in. And out of that craft came a very large, huge, what I felt was either Overlord or Anunnaki energy. where he was so big that he could have just like popped a human being. Like a human looks so small in comparison. And then it was very quiet. So I don't know if it was a mind control thing or if it was telepathic communication I wasn't keeping up on, but it was as if they were all waiting for him to arrive. And then shortly after it was almost like I popped back in and there was a huge massacre happening. And there was like so many deaths and so much blood that I could taste it in my mouth. And I'm just wondering what this was.
That's a past life dream. Yes, that was Anunnaki though, yes. And yes, and this is for you to have this, to release it. You are now at peace with yourself, and you can let this thing go. The reason you keep going in and out is because you don't want to be a part of the horror of that moment. It's like you stepped out. But yes, I believe a Palladian during that time. There's not much you could do as for. It was part of that world. It was part of their experience. It was something that you could not be involved with.
So was I a part of the brainwashing then?
No.
And no. Oh, I was just observing it.
You're just an observer, yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't believe they even knew you were there.
That made sense. It was like, I feel like he would have pointed me out. And it was like as if the military was there to shoot people who weren't conforming to.
Yes, you were. Yes, I believe you were there as a Nordic, I believe, Palladian. You're just observing it. Yes, it was pretty horrific. But there's not much you could do because it was part of this world's process, just like this planet. You can't interfere in it anyway.
Very good. Yeah, I didn't feel scared when I woke up or anything. It was just like, oh, it was an interesting dream. Okay, my second question is in regards to a house smudging that I did for my sister. My niece has been in the hospital with a paralysis that apparently an energy in the home played a part in. There was a being there and its energy played a part in her sickness, but not fully, just a part of it. Wasn't quite aware of the fact that their energies were kind of affecting hers. But anyway, so when I was coming back to Niagara Falls, I stopped at her house and did a smudging and really took my time, set intentions in the room. And at the very end, I had asked that for a sign that all beings and energy that wasn't for the family's higher path and purpose had left the house. And the lighter that I had next to all my sage kit and my crystals fell over. And then I had noticed in the window in my niece's room, there were like a bunch of flies in there that I ended up killing all the flies and shutting the window. And I was just wondering if that was a part of the clearing.
Yes.
And if the clearing was successful.
It was successful. Yes, there were these beings that were mostly there as observers. I don't see them as one that was involved with this one's illness. As for the niece's illness, it seems like it's part of her also, that she felt like what I'm gathering for her wasn't getting the attention that she felt she deserved. And let people know how fragile life is also is another reason why she's going through this. There's much more reason going on why she's having this illness than what is on the surface. And there's also many lessons there also.
Right. Something to look into later.
Yes.
Well, okay, Lance, thank you. That's enough for me. And we'll go on to Bianca.
Thank you. Any messages for me from you?
Yes, there seemed to be a visitation from the Silver Palladians with you at this time. They're there as only observers, but it seems like you're making friends with them. Yael, those around you that are Yael seems to have brought them to you. One moment. To assist you in your channeling abilities, but also your awakening process as you connect more with other extraterrestrials. I believe they're only there for a moment, but that moment was there long enough for you to receive a download or two, it seems.
Oh,
That is
cool.
all I have for that.
Thank you. And anything for the hybrid children that I've been connecting to? Are they just my children, or are they like classes of children?
Yes, there are other children, yes. They're your children, but also those others. I believe those that you are aware of, those that you're friends with, there are other children who seem to be visiting you also. to learn from you, and you're having a great conversation for them from what I'm seeing. And yes, you are going to the colonies. As yes, there is a nursery on the colonies. If you're perfect near, yes, you've been traveling there often, it seems. That's the only access I have for that.
Thank you.
Blessings.
Okay, next up is Mark.
Do not seem to be here.
Mark, are you there? It's okay. We'll go to Stephanie, and then if Mark pops in, he can join up.
Yes.
Hi. Thank you
Hello.
for taking my questions.
Yes.
I recently, this recent Tuesday night, lost a pendant, and I'm wondering, I have some theories as to why and the outcome, but I'm wondering if there's anything you can tell me about it.
All I see is there's a lot of Palladians around you at this time, also elementals. It seems like the elementals had a lot to do with it. There's a possibility of it resurfacing, but it's unknown at this time. But the fairy elementals you have a great amount of them around you at this time. It seems like when you go in astral, you are in the fairy world. What they are saying is not important, but as for the pendant being lost is not important, is what they're saying. But they're not giving me any information at this time. It is between you and them, from what I'm seeing. So what you are picking up is most likely accurate, from what I'm seeing. I'm being told, at least.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
And my second question, are there any messages for me at this time?
Yes, it seems like you've been having a lot of out-of-body experiences, but your memory might not be remembering this.
I remember some of it, actually, but yes.
It wasn't, yes. And this is also training what's going on with you in the spirit world. You're going through a training with your spirit guides, it seems, as you connect more with spirit. It is a training exercise that you are agreed to, and this will become more of a habit, but it is also a healing process of yours. I believe also, from what they're saying, you travel to the other side to heal others. There are others on the other side that need healing. You'd be surprised. Those that have crossed over, that are still not, they are still very human, and you go over there to assist them. There's much more, but that is what they're saying at this time.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Blessings.
Thanks.
Okay, Mark, do you want to try again?
Does that seem to be there again?
Okay, just seems to be having issues with this mic. So, Mark, if his first question, are there any messages for him?
Oh, one moment. There's a lot of Palladian energy around you at this time. And it seems like you've been leaving in astral quite often to connect to the Palladians. One moment. They can't go into detail of what is going on there. One moment. What they are saying, it is quite serious. It has to do with your family also. Your family and your world. That is part of your human incarnation. And it seems to be a crisis going on as for their alien connections. Where they are, well, either way, it's nothing you can't handle. But there is some sort of crisis, not going into detail of what it is. Because it is personal. But it is something that you will, if you feel agitated or anything, is because you're calming down the waters. Whatever it is, they're not getting along in the alien atmosphere, from what I'm gathering. Yes, you do see it here in your Earth world as family not getting along, but it happens also in your alien, of course. That is all I can give you at this time. This is all. Blessings.
Okay, his second question is about a dream he had on October 11th, where he received an envelope with the sender name on it as Sun Center. Any info about this?
That is a message from the Arcturians. From what I'm gathering, you have graduated into another field as for your galactic connections. Not going into detail because it's not for public ears, but you have graduated. And it seemed like you become more sensitive, more connected to other beings, as for having more recollection of your connections, where they can't go into it here. Yes, it seems like you have moved up the ranks, is what they're saying. That's all they say at this time. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Michelle.
Blessings, much love. Thank you for being here tonight. So I know I have had past lives as Lyran, and I guess in my mind I just found out you were not Lyran.
I am Lyran.
Well, actually, it says. Okay, so here's my question. I have a friend of mine did a healing reading for me, and I have a past life to clear. And I would really love to hear the story, Reader's Digest version, whatever. In my throat chakra, I had a lifetime as a feline, and I was left on a planet by myself. It was a humanoid feline, left on a planet by myself. Because I was very headstrong, which is not surprising, and probably like with a big mouth, and I didn't want to leave it them or something. But anyway, and they were teaching me a lesson. And so I learned, this is what I've been told. I've learned a lot about survival, but I am mad and bitter, and probably why I have issues with aliens currently. So I would like, if you can, to tap into that lifetime and tell me this story.
Well, yes, it seems like from what you have said, yes, you were just very headstrong, but also on this planet, I believe you actually made it work for you. But yes, you were very, within the galactic alliances, you were just doing whatever you wanted, not listening to anyone. And they got you're not working with anyone, you're just doing whatever. And it did cause a problem. It did go on one moment. There is an anomaly of noise coming from your microphone.
In what capacity? Kind of what context?
What is it? What is it?
I mean, like, what kind of context? What's the story? Like, what was I hanging out on this weird planet doing? Like, why was I there? Why was I arguing with everybody? What were we arguing about?
You're of a royalty family, that is why. And you don't understand how much of the one moment. A lot has to do with your Silver Palladian lifetime that was connected to this one. This was an incarnation afterwards. And the Lyrans weren't putting up with much of that. So they put you in your place, basically. They're well aware of your other lifetimes. It's like, yes, mischievous, that is fine. But it kind of got out of hand, so they put you in your place, basically. They did not allow that in their civilization. So but on this planet, you made it work, is what I'm saying. But as for, yes, you did have a dislike for aliens, of course, after that, because no one would talk to you. And you might to talk to others, and they were all told not to talk to you anymore. At least the Lyrans were told not to. And other beings are told to stay away from you. So, yes, it caused an issue there with your alien connections.
So what planet was this?
Yes, a barren planet. One moment. Isn't it? One moment. Only thing I'm receiving is Planet A. They're not going to give out the full name of it. I don't believe they want anyone to connect to it. Well, with A they can, but A is what I'm receiving is Sector A. It is a barren planet, but it is one that you made. I believe there are some Zetas that appeared with you, but you did not get along with them very well. So
Did I
And that
get
kind of
along
made
with
your whole.
anybody?
Well, yes, you did. It's just you're very outgoing and maybe just didn't listen to authority very much. And that did cause much disarray with other beings. So, yes, and there in this world also in your incarnation is to find discipline with that also. I believe that was a lifetime you had before this one, actually, from what I'm gathering.
Oh, well, that explains my whole personality. My second question is I'm really had an experience this week. I watched a bunch of, oddly enough, Christian based healing videos. And if I assume that what I was seeing is accurate and true, that people would, in the name of God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit, the triads of the religion, do miracles for people, like just on the street, just hanging out.
Yes.
I believe so much.
Yes.
And I wept and wept and wept and wept over this week, because I am a healer and I am not into religion. And I think Yeshua would agree he is not the only way or the only way to heal.
Oh, of course.
And so it was very confusing for me, but what I want to know is, as a healer, what is it that is impeding me? What is it impeding any of us from performing perfect miracles of healing? Like, it's not like, why do they get to do it and I can't? But I mean, their faith is so strong. There's something I'm missing. There's something I don't understand that I want to understand. How do I, as a healer, or is it possible for me as a healer to do the same, to perform perfect healing, a perfect healing of whatever ails this person, This
Well,
is
first,
on my heart.
Is to first heal oneself first. That is always, but to have love and acceptance for all beings, to not judge ever. And it is difficult to connect to that fully. But yes, you can still not fully connect, but still heal others, but be confident of this healing also. But a lot has to do with oneself. If oneself needs to be healed and still feeling unhealed, you can say, but still, even there, you can still do a healing as long as you're feeling that you are 100% all there as for sending that energy.
So, for instance, I've done several healing sessions, and I literally gave every ounce that I could of believing absolutely 100% that this is a done deal. I absolutely trying to embody Christ or Yeshua's knowing that you are already perfect. You are already perfect. So I don't know. Am I in a place yet, or is it just I have a lot more self-work to do before this can be available to me?
It depends on the individual that you connect with. Some are allowing the healing and some are not. And there's that also. So yes, I believe you are capable. Yes. You might not have connected to the right person, but this healing will be 100%. There's some still not ready to be healed. And that you will run into that often. So yes, I believe you are capable of it. Yes.
Right.
So it's those that are receiving it sometimes aren't. They receive the healing and some of them kick it out, it seems. But not knowing it.
Yeah, they're high. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Much love.
Yes.
Okay, Lance. Emmy was on earlier, but her mic cut out, and she was just going to request an infusion from the Lyrans.
Oh, of course. Yes, I believe. Yes, we would contact her around 5%. I believe what we do. Yes, thank you.
Okay, very good. Blue, you're next.
Hello, Lance, my friend.
Yes,
How are you?
blessings. Yes.
Blessings to you too. My question is about magic.
Yes.
I know I have had a lot of magical lifetimes as a wizard,
Yes.
and I know when I do perform a little of magic, like invoking something or casting a spell, I'm just practicing it right now, but I feel it's very strong when I do it. Like yesterday, I cast a spell, like a shield around me, and I felt it immediately when I did it through God. And my question is, can I get all of my all of my magic, all of my energies and experiences and knowledge from my magic lifetimes to awaken it completely inside this body of mine, or is it just too much to handle? Like I want to perform it. I want to
Yes.
use it for my, yeah.
Well, yes, you are already. It's already living within you. You're already receiving information from it. Realize you're part of a different era. So, a different era calls for different knowledge, and you are gaining this knowledge. So, as you gain knowledge of this era you are living in, the old knowledge is also coming in, mixing with it. So, you are already in this process. And this process now, you are relearning. We are a part of a different time period now. So, you're learning the rules of this time period. So, yes, it will come fully when you are ready. Yes.
Okay, it's just, yeah, okay.
It's just a slow process, that is all. Realize you have to, when you ride a bike, you have to go through the process of learning
Yes,
how to do it. And this is pretty much what you're doing at this time.
yes. I have got a lot of ideas to how to do it, and I have met other aspects of me to help me with it.
Yes.
Um, it's just sometimes I hear things like I get things like the secrets of alchemy is in nature. I know that, but I don't know how to use that yet.
Well, one process you can do is allow your chakras to open, allow them to heal, but also allow your old knowledge and also the new knowledge to come into your chakra systems from your lifetimes, old lifetimes, and future lifetimes to assist you, to be a teacher to you. And you can try this in a meditation
Okay.
and feel lighter.
Yes. And my other question is actually a little related. I have invited God to do something with me.
Yes.
It's kind of a connection thing. Is there any message from my guides regarding that? And because we did something today,
Yes.
and I'm planning to do it more with him.
Oh,
It's
yes.
much like awakening the heart
Yes.
and the codes within the heart and embodying God.
Yes. As you do more of this exercise, you will become, yes, a perfection of what you wish to achieve. Yes. Connecting with God will also clear out the negativity of the past and also allow the universal knowledge enter into your chakra system. That way you'll be, yes, a new being, you can say. And one that can move throughout the dimensions. And you are on your way, it seems, with that. Yes.
In next year. Thank you a lot. That was it for me today.
Yes.
Thank you. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Jamie. Let me just have a few more. So next up is Jamie. Her question: did I have any incarnations with Kurt Cobain? And are there any messages for me from him?
One moment. Jamie.
Jamie C.
Yes, there In many incarnations, but not on this planet. Most of them are Pleiadian, Arcturian, and Yael. The Yael are very strong, definitely. And they're very musical lifetimes. I believe you learned music together in those lifetimes.
Okay, second question. Sorry, continue.
I believe there was alcoholism involved with those, but not like you have it on your world. For recreation, of course. They have other types of ways to get a high, not like that. So, to intoxicate oneself. Go ahead, please.
Okay, second question for Jamie C. Over a year ago, I had a falling out with my friend Mark Leon, and I'm wondering if there are any messages for me from his higher self.
Why do you say that was the best? That was the best for both of you. You no longer had anything to learn from each other. Going in these different directions was showing that you have grown out of each other. You're no longer, but you're still connecting though. In spirit, yes. In astral, you can say. You are still connecting, but in this environment is you do not need each other's energies. But I believe you will connect again in a future lifetime, if you choose to do so. That is all. And no hard feelings is what they say. However, that one, yes.
Okay, next up is Steven.
Hello, Lance.
Greetings.
Greetings, blessings. I was just wondering if I could have more information on my Lyran tiger species connections, my connection to you, if I have one, or just more info on my connections. Thank you.
Realize that, yes, the tiger is some. We have worlds where it's just tiger beings. It is not your Hawaiian. Some of the tiger beings have much issues with your Hawaiian beings because they are very direct, and tigers are more easygoing with each other, depending. But yes, you've had many lifetimes with our species for a moment. Interesting enough, as you know, I connect to the Arcturians quite often. In his incarnations, our Lyran race and the Arcturians are very much friends. Not to say that we're not friends with others, but there are some species that connect to others closely. At least with my race, we connect to the Arcturians all the time. They're our best buds, you could say. So with your incarnation with ours, yes, it was a race without the lions. And even the panthers, even they're they have their own world also. But usually it's a tiger race of different colors, blues, greens, whatever you can imagine is part of our race. And it is usually like a Pleiadian world, everything goes, whereas mostly a vacation world. It is not the tension that you see on other planets. A lot of the Lyrans of the lion race are very, you understand, it's much female over man, which is fine. There's more female controlled, which is nothing wrong with that. But at least with our race of Lyran, there's different types that you become more aware. Whereas more gentle, more just having peace with each other and just hanging out and not causing much scuffle in the universe. Not to say we are lazy, well, most of the time we are, but we do work also, but it is still a laid-back lifetime. And I believe you had many of those laid-back lifetimes with our race. That's all I have for you at this time.
Sweet, and thank you. My second question is, I was just wondering, earlier, last channel, talked about a little bit about my positive Anunnaki connections. And I was just wondering if I could have more info on that lifetime, on it present, if it's if that's going to come into play in this upcoming changes or in this lifetime. Thank you.
It's a possibility, yes. Your lifetimes as an Anunnaki is a positive. Yes, life was not easy for you. I believe you even had to leave the world, the Anunnaki world, because they did not want you there anymore. Because you're very free-loving to all beings. You want to accept all beings for what they were, and they did not care much for that. They were very controlling, unfortunately, at least in the negative sense. And you went with a group, it seems, of positive Anunnaki to your own place. Eventually, you found your own world to connect with. I believe it was with the Palladians. But you still connect with these Anunnaki, other negative energies, where they eventually gave up. Some of them are still start causing their anarchy. It's just part of their learning process. You're still connecting them. It's like you're still connecting to family. And as for your incarnation here, yes, it's a possibility that you have family members at this time that are connected to this race. You might be able to pick it out. Those that are not very easy to get along with, most likely they have Anunnaki. That is not of a positive energy. I believe they are in your family somewhere, at least in your family tree. You might not have met them, but they are there. I see them. So, blessings.
Blessings. Thank you.
Okay, next is for Sheena. Her first question, it's for Sheena C. Her first one, can you explain why she's been feeling so sad and emotional lately?
She's been doing much in astral recently, connecting to the angels. There's been a lot of angel activities. As for the dark angels. And she's obviously with the lights, but it has been quite straining. It's been straining on her a lot recently. I believe it will pass soon, but it is still emotionally draining. That is all I have for that.
Okay, she also wants to know who's messing with her computer.
Those are reptilians. I will send your energy with that. They're just trying to bring confusion to your computer product. Insectoids are there also. We will send you reinforcements.
Okay, next is for Gray Joyride. First question, any guidance on how to move myself to Oregon? I have a lot of changes to make.
Any advice on how to move to Oregon? Is that their question?
Any guidance on how to move myself
guidance?
to Oregon? Yep.
Just make it as easy as possible. I don't know, don't let the small things bother you. But if this feels like this, one moment. It does feel like this is something you need to do, so yes, don't sweat the small stuff. That is what your guides are saying. That is all.
Okay, second question. May I ask for a healing regarding my sacral chakra and what blockages are there?
I do not see any blockages there, but there is a lot of tension around you, which might make it feel like there's blockages. We will send your energy, though. We will send you healing. Blessings.
Okay, and Michelle's going to go ahead with her guest questions.
Hi, thanks for answering these. My daughter, we've been discussing this week, her higher self, her name is Brooke.
Yes.
And her higher self is a really cool gold 12-foot Pleiadian something. I don't know what. Do you?
Is that the question?
No, that is not the question. I just can't remember the second part of what it is. But it's some kind of combination. And the question is that she keeps having is that her higher self will not allow anyone to channel her higher self. Like her higher self is like, nope. Every time somebody wants to help her with her higher self is always like, nope.
That's not no for everyone. Just those beings that are connected. It's not for everyone.
Well, she's curious to know. My intuition said maybe she just only wants to connect to you. Would that be accurate?
Correct. Yes.
And how she wants to know then, how does she go about making that happen?
As for connecting to my energy, is that your question?
No, for Brooke to connect to her higher self.
Oh, for her to connect.
Because other people, when they try to help her with her higher self will not cooperate. They literally shut them down and say no. affirm no.
Okay. One moment. Yes, her higher self is very stubborn at this time. One moment. Yes, the higher self just feels like that she is not ready. One moment. We will talk to her. One moment. One moment. The reason being because this higher self has had issues and others that she's connected to, or he or she, it does not matter. Whereas had difficulties with beings taking over their energy, meaning a being take over the higher self's energy. And apparently Brooke has had this in other incarnations from what I'm seeing. So this one's very protective. And also, I see in some ways a younger soul than Brooke. Not used to this type of connection either. One moment. That is for Brooke connecting to one moment. Of course, I have a question. Has she asked for other angels to bring assistance to this?
Probably not. That would not be her first inclination. Very independent. So
I would bring Archangel Michael, other angels to bring assistance in our meditation. I believe the higher self will begin to allow this connection. There's just been, yes, I would allow other angels to bring in. It's okay for another party to be there, but I believe it is possible.
Beautiful.
But the angel energy needs to be there to bring comfort to the higher self that everything will be okay.
Okay.
That is all.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yes.
And for my son, Evan, I just wondered if there is a message for him that can help him on where he is right now in his life. It's kind of a struggle.
From what I'm receiving, he needs to go through this on his own. At least that's what I'm receiving from his guidance. But you can be very supportive, of course. But he has lessons he needs to learn on his own. But you always let him know. I believe he already knows that you'll be there. But sometimes you have to there's a better word of saying, let the kittens out of the cradle or whatever it is. So. But as long as when he comes crying to you, that's when Mother will be there for him. So right now it seems like from what I'm gathering, you just let him be.
Okay.
If he talks to you, then that's good. If not, that is good. Also, it's just part of his learning process.
Great.
That's what I'm receiving. That's all. Nothing to worry about. I believe he can handle what he's going through. Just wait. I think it'll be okay. So, yes.
Thank you so much.
Blessings. Yes, blessings.
Okay, Lance, that's it for the webinar. Thank you so much for coming through.
Blessings to you all. Yes. Blessings to you. Feline Energies much welcomes your energy anytime. We will go into more detail of my race over time to give you more detail of our world. So much love to you, though. Hello there.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Okay.
Stephen, would you like to start off the blessings?
Sure. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Kintorkurusutum. Niatikarosain. Achantian Chico. Aniatiarosursain. Achandakramuntur. Ahansite. Anitikrantarosus, Aransketainiki, Arosuruko, Insindia, Asanshateke, Anoturanises, Aturus, Anchaners, Kanu.
Thank you. Michelle?
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you everyone for being here. Yeah, the feeling I got from Lance. Yeah, he's an old feline, but he's young. I guess young at heart. So,
Young at heart.
yeah, young. I get young, but he's old. So whatever. I don't know the details. So anyway, we'll figure it out later. So all right, much love everyone. Thank you for our next one will be Tuesday. So much love.